best.
I mean, capitalism is less noble than communism.
The individual pursues success to the best of his abilities. That's capitalism. Versus everyone shares everything equally. That's communism.
It's better than capitalism. Capitalism, it says, capitalism, the individual pursues success to the best of his abilities. You mean fucking pursuing success at the expense of workers, underneath capitalism?
But it is capitalism that has produced freedom.
Capitalism has not produced freedom.
And it alone has lifted millions from poverty while...
This is a lie. There's millions of victims of capitalism every single year. Socialism and communism has lifted way more people out of poverty than capitalism, so yeah.
Communism has kept millions impoverished.
That's actually wrong. Sanctions and embargoes by the United States government and all this United States imperialism doesn't count.
And without exception, crushed freedom.
It has not crushed freedom. The only freedom it's really crushed is freedom for capitalist pigs to exploit the workers, freedom for fascists to run rampant with their anti-Semitic propaganda.
Capitalism, for all its imperfections, enables a decent society.
No, it doesn't. Capitalism literally puts profits over human lives. Trickle-down economics does not work. How is it decent that a CEO can make more money than the worker who does all the work just because they own the copyright to a company? No, capitalism is a psychopathic system that enables, capitalist pigs and Porky to take advantage and exploit the fucking poor in the working class. An example of this is wage theft. How is thefting the fruits of your labor, wages from your employees while you ride on the backs like a parasite? How is that a decent society?
Communism, whatever its stated intentions, leads to evil.
How does it lead to evil? Show me an example. Show me an example. Where's the proof? Evidence, huh?
Yet increasingly, people either ignore or deny the evil of this ideology, which within a period...
How is it an evil ideology? You never explained it.
...of only 60 years, created modern totalitarianism...
Nope, you're wrong.
...and deprived more people of human rights.
Deprived more people of human rights? What the fuck are you talking about? There's more human rights underneath socialism. In the United States, there are, laws where you can run someone over with your vehicle just because they're blocking the road if they're protesting. During the Flint water crisis, human rights were violated by, lying about people saying, oh, the water's safe to drink, What about the racist police department that, locks up people in prisons based on their race? What about private prisons that throw people in prison just so they can make money? What are you talking about?
And tortured and killed more people.
No, communism has not killed 100 billion or whatever those fucking words are. Capitalism actually has tortured and killed more people on Earth than any other thing.
Than any ideology in history.
You're wrong. Capitalism is killed more than any other ideology in history.
One is ignorance. People just don't know the truth about communism.
You're ignorant. You don't know the fucking truth about communism. Because if you did, why do you keep saying that Stalin is so evil? Oh, 100 million or billion were killed by communism. How the fuck, again, is it Stalin's fault that these fucking greedy fucking people hoarded the grain, burnt the grain, killed all their animals for food, their agriculture and stuff? How is that Stalin's fault? It's not anyone's fault that they did that themselves. It's not Stalin's fault. Stalin isn't evil. Fidel Castro isn't evil. You're lying about the numbers again. You're being ignorant about communism.
The second is willful blindness.
Your willful blindness. You are literally shilling out anti-communism propaganda for Porky.
People know the truth, but choose to ignore it because...
You know the truth, and you choose to ignore the truth about communism because you want to shill out and say how awesome capitalism is for Porky, and you're trying to, manipulate and turn people into sheeply because you want to be pro-capitalism and you support capitalism.
Because the truth about communism's horrors is too painful to confront. Given the sad state of our educational system,
given the sad state of your educational system, capitalist pigs continue to indoctrinate and turn people into sheeply and believe in everything they see in mainstream media and TV and news, and not to think for themselves, because you want to keep them believing in capitalism because it benefits the rich and powerful, aka Porky and the capitalist pigs.
Can assume most people fall into the first category, they just don't know. So let me offer some facts.
What facts? You literally are ignorant about communism. You're shilling out anti-communism propaganda for Porky.
But before I do, I need to address another question. Why is it important that everyone know what communism did? Here are 3 reasons. First, we have a moral obligation to the victims of communism.
What about the victims of capitalism? You're so silent on the victims of capitalism. Just fucking bullshit.
Not to forget them. Just as Americans have a moral obligation to remember the victims of slavery, we have the same obligation to the billion victims of communism.
See, now you say a billion victims of communism. Where are these numbers? Where are these numbers?
Especially the 100 million who were murdered.
That was false, and it was debunked in the Black Book of Communism. This guy's full of shit. He's just trying to, shill out anti-communism propaganda for Porky so Porky can continue to hoard all the wealth.
Second.
Who told him to, make a video like this? This guy, did Jeff Bezos tell him to do this? Did Bill Gates tell him to do this? What?
The best way to prevent an evil from reoccurring is to confront it in all its horror.
Yeah, confront capitalism and all its horrors.
The fact that many people today, especially young people, mention communism as a viable option for modern society proves they don't know communism's moral record.
You don't know communism's moral record. Communism has way better morals than fucking capitalism. You clearly don't know what the evils of capitalism has done.
Therefore, they do not properly fear communism.
Why would you need to fear something that would help workers' rights, help, human rights? Why the fuck would you fear that?
Which means this evil could happen again.
I hope communism happens again. You're evil. You're fucking... whatever.
And why could it happen again? That brings us to reason number 3. The leaders of communist regimes and the vast number of people who helped those leaders torture, enslave, and murder were nearly all normal people.
Nothing was ever enough.
You're the capitalist who does not care about the social consequences of his...
Owned by the richest man in the world, so we know the issue cannot be that he doesn't have the money.
Our capital stock hasn't been destroyed. Our human capital stock is ready to get back to work.
Time is money, boy.
The issue of working conditions, I'm very proud of our working conditions.
If I had the opportunity to talk to Jeff Bezos face to face, I would really want to ask him, have he ever worked in a warehouse before? Have he sweated for 10 to 12 hours a day and not being able to go to the restroom when he needed to go?
People will do anything for money.
They got cameras, they watching us all the time.
It's a lot of walking, it's a lot of fast pace, it's a lot of climbing upstairs. It's just a lot for the human body.
It's tiring, it's consistent, it's fast speed, it's unsafe because you consistently working fast pace 10 hours, only 2 breaks.
When did they enslave people? It sounds like you're describing capitalist pigs that, exploit and turn their employees into wage slaves. What the fuck are you even talking about?
Of course, some were psychopaths.
You're a psychopath. Why is this video being shilled out for the evil capitalist pigs?
But most were not, which means that any society, including free ones, can devolve into communism or some analogous evil.
Shut up.
Now some facts, based on the authoritative Black Book of Communism, written by...
This has been literally debunked. I don't understand why you're referencing this book.
Korea Commission. No non-communist judiciary or media. The poverty of nearly all communist countries. The imprisonment of vast numbers of people. And of course...
You're literally describing the United States. You want to talk about the vast fucking imprisonment of people, but the United States imprisons people just because they want to make money. Private prisons are an example of this. They lock people of color up. The CIA created a crack epidemic in black neighborhoods. So people who hoarded grains and, wanted to be wannabe capitalist pigs and didn't want to share the resources and burned their own food and all that, that because they did all that and Stalin put them in a gulag, that's fucking Stalin's fault, that they were evil fascists that didn't want to share? This is what I'm talking about. They want to blame everything on Stalin, but they can't even do their own research.